yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came suddenly. Why she had to go, I don't know, she wouldn't say. I said something wrong, now I long for you for yesterday.
Damn! She farted on my...
The Eisendrache shows what the Jason Blundell era of zombies can be at its very best, and in my opinion, the team's best work since Mob of the Dead, and in many ways it's better. Now, the Horizon isn't my favourite map, maybe top 5, top 3 pushing it, but there's no doubt in my mind that it's the closest thing to a flawless map you could probably ask for in Black Ops 3, or in zombies in general. Not only was it great, but it ushered on a successful season of zombies, maybe the most successful to date, with the community skyrocketing in popularity throughout the lifespan of the game. The same can't be said for Dead of the Night, and its failings have halted the growth of Black Ops 4 completely, killing off the community basically in its entirety with only a few fragments left of what was once great. I can speak English well. But what did the Horizon do that Dead of the Night didn't? They're both great maps, very similar maps in fact, and you know what, I think we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves here. Let's go back to Black Ops 3 at the time of the map's release. Black Ops 3 was in a fairly rough spot prior to the release of DE. Nowhere as bad as Black Ops 4, but I digress. Black Ops 3 came with 2 on-disc maps, Shadows of Evil and The Giant. Both were good maps in their own way and catered to different parts of the community. Shadows was much more complex and required extensive knowledge of zombies to understand how to get anything done which will help you survive, such as Pack-a-Punch, the sword specialist weapon, and even some simple things like perks which you had to electrocute and stuff. So good luck trying to do anything on Shadows of Evil as a new player without a guide. Honestly, it's hell. But the Giant was kind of the complete opposite end of the spectrum. It was incredibly simplistic with only small Easter eggs which weren't required to survive, such as Fly Trap, which gave you a specialist which you in no way needed. It was kind of trash. Tin the Perks on was as simple as pulling the switch, and Pack-a-Punch, you just need to activate 3 pads. After you had just done, it was just about survival, like classic zombies. However, the Giant was extremely simplistic and got boring after a while of having not much to do. It was either the extreme one or the extreme the other, kinda like the and that. Yeah, I shouldn't be saying this, I'm gonna... Both maps brought the hype of the Ether storyline and people were excited to how it would be taken, with the surprise entrance of Richtofen stealing the summoning key in Shadows of Evil, and the elusive Maxis in the Giants during Flytrap Easter egg and all the little references to Samantha and stuff. This set up the Horizon perfectly to be the perfect balance between these two maps, not too complicated to do simple things and not too simplistic, as well as expanding the storyline from what did being created in the previous 2 maps. The Eisendrache did all these things, in my opinion, flawlessly. I said that with real passion. I'm passionate, man, okay? I'm passionate. This got people's imaginations going immediately with like only a simple picture of a castle and a trailer, and already it was more hyped than the entirety of Dead of the Night. Only around a week after this, the trailer was released with the classic "I'm a sucker for medieval cats are dead" meme. Oh my god. Just from the trailer interview thing, you learn so much about what's to come. Bows, dragons, rocket ships, the Ragnarok DG3s, everything about this trailer was perfect for building hype. Then, there was radio silence. No leaks to spoil everything, just anticipation for what was to come, and a giddy community struggling to wait until February 2nd for that elusive day. Then at the beginning of February, it released, and it was everything everyone hoped for and more, except the Fireball tutorial. Also dead meme. Also, I'm bringing back 2015 memes, boys. There was actually more hype for the single map than the entirety of Black Ops 4 Zombies. Okay, maybe that's slightly hyperbolic, but Google Trends doesn't lie, brother. I mean, maybe it does, but it's funny to look at still, even if it's not completely true. I'm starting with something that a lot of people tend to overlook when discussing zombies maps or just games in general. Yet probably one of the most important things to make a memorable and replayable map or game, and it's atmosphere. Wait, you already knew that. Why did I do all this build up? That was stupid. I want to keep it in anyway. Hello. Okay, I want to start off the colours. So different parts of the map look completely different from one another. Yep, somehow managed to mesh and link perfectly, and I don't know how quite they done it. It may be because they all do share this kind of whimsical yet isolated mood. Everything feels magical in a way, or surreal, but this somehow builds up a mood of isolation. Like you're trapped in a castle that looks expansive and large, but when you're navigating feels quite small, constantly running out of the same corridor, seeing the same places. It's kind of like a labyrinth. Tim plays for Maze, and Jesus Christ, that's also a 2014 meme or so, and Jesus Christ. It's kind of like a labyrinth in a way, but in the best way possible. I don't know any other map in the history of zombies to portray such like a creepy, eerie atmosphere with such bright colours and magical weapons that could almost seem silly if done wrong, which is exactly what Infinite Warfare Zombies did, and it's one of the biggest flaws in my opinion for that game. But it's still not as scary as World of War Zombies. That shit freaked me out, bro. That shit made me shook. I'm shook. World of War, I'm shaking and crying right now. To add to this, each and every room in this map feels like it has its own layer of depth and backstory to it, as well as each feature of the map also feeling like it has this. It really feels like a real castle with thousands of years of history pumped into it due to all of these somewhat minute details that many might be oblivious to, and many will be oblivious to and not even realise to this day. This is probably due to them basing it off a real castle in Austria, and from videos I've watched about this castle, it's pretty accurate to how it actually looked. This will all be assisted by the size of the map, which in my opinion was perfect. It isn't too big to make it feel overwhelming like Transit or Shadows of Evil, but not too small to make it underwhelming and claustrophobic like Nuketown. But in my opinion, this map felt perfect in size and shape. And by shape I mean this map isn't something basic like Shadows with 4 districts leading off from a centralised location, which became more and more prominent in zombies games, almost like the 3-lane case multiplayer is currently going through. It felt unique and therefore more enjoyable to traverse through. Going back to the colour, this helps feed this uniqueness. Is that even a word? You go from the snowy layer at the top of the map, which is kind of like a bluish tint of all the snow and stuff coming down, and you travel through places such as the church, which feels cozy yet eerily empty and emotionless, which again adds to this isolating tone, right down to the lower layers where it's weirdly mythical feeling with a darker contrast and more of a reddish yellowish tint, which still looks bright and beautiful, especially when the space-like atmosphere is merging with this when the anti-gravity thing is activated. This contrast honestly just makes the map feel amazing, almost like 2 or 3 maps concentrated into one pile of joy. That sounded really weird. Why a pile of joy? Why did I just say into one pile? I could have avoided that completely. This map was not only perfect for casuals and hardcore players alike, but also was perfect to blend between the new and the old. It had a really nice balance of new things and familiar things to bring both nostalgia and innovation, which should be what any kind of media aims for really. For example, the bows actually managed to blend both innovation and nostalgia. You feed the dragon heads to get the wrath, like you feed the dog heads on Mob of the Dead to get the Hell's Retriever. Then you can upgrade the bow into 4 different elements, just like you could on Origins with the staffs. The Wonder Fizz was also brought back with a slightly different perks, removing PhD unfortunately, but adding Widow's Wine, which was admittedly rare to get. The Wonder Fizz allowed some classic challenges to come back as well, which are notorious at the time. The Rainbow Perk Challenge and the Rainbow Reverse Perk Challenge in particular. There's also nostalgic elements of the anti-gravity room due to the moon vibes it gives, yet it isn't on constantly, so it removes most of the annoyances from the anti-gravity and moon. Most of them it's still a little bit annoying I have to say. This nice blend manages to just please everyone. Speaking earlier about the balance to allow anyone from any skill group to enjoy the map, I need to explain why. Power and Pack-a-Punch is easy to activate, unlike Shadows, which immensely overcomplicated things. There is some more to do than a giant, but not to the point where it makes it tedious. It also takes around 20 minutes to get the Wrath of the Ancients, and maybe like 10-15 more minutes to get the Lightning upgrade. Admittedly, some upgrades such as the Firebow have a few annoying steps which will likely cause it to take longer. Feeding the Dragon Heads to get the Wrath is simple and fully gameplay related, so you won't be scattering around looking for symbols or something ridiculous like that, like in Dead of the Night or in Voyage. The only issue is that the head isn't too good at giving heads. I mean, he takes too long to swallow. Wait, no, I mean to swallow zombies. You have to kill them quickly if he eats them slow. Jesus Christ. After this you have 4 options differing from the usual 1 type of wonder weapon you want to use. Each bow is good different ways. Wolf is good at training, Lightning is good for camping, Fire and Void are useful for Easter egg or to use as support. But admittedly the Lightning bow, it was always a little bit overpowered, which was fun until they nerfed it, but thanks Treyarch, very cool, not very, I hate cunt. Having different playing styles of each bow adds a lot of replayability, even though I don't use the void bow ever in my life, and the fireball is just annoying to get. But wolf bow's fun. Okay, I digress. It's also nice because you can swap at any time, even with your friends, to a different bow, and change your playstyle mid-game. They're pretty much just the staffs of Origins, but they feel smoother and nicer to use, because they're a damn bow, not some tacky little staff, brother. Take that, Origins losers. You suck. Just kidding, don't dislike, I love you. We also managed to balance overpowered wonder weapons quite well with the return of Panzer Soldat. This dude wasn't only nostalgic, but he had a new twist with his new weapon and being more reactive to the environments and bows. Oh, the death trap. And the bow, he goes, ah. You know what I mean, I don't know what I mean. What always stood out to me about this map is the amount of small sized stories which help build lore in the map. I remember learning and being very intrigued by the story behind the wolf bow and how it links to Arthur from Leroy from Buried, whoever his name is. It's Leroy, it's not Arthur. Whoever called him Arthur, you dumb kid. Kid loser. Loser kid. Yes. I remember learning about the wolf bow thing from a particular video, a great video in fact, by Mr. T-Lexify back when this game was in its prime, and the community wasn't dead. My phone, that's my iPad actually. It went bleep bleep. It agreed with me. That was this noise of agreement. Community dead. Community dead. Why am I still here? Just to suffer. The Ragnarok DG4 is a nice specialist weapon which was nice and easy to acquire, unlike the sword from Shadow's Weaver, which is a pain in the ass. And actually really good, unlike the Annihilator from the Giants. Apart from that damn rocket test step that I would die on a shit. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna press the button and the zombies there, and I just kept fucking locked in and completely yeeted by a rocket ship, by the way. Hello? Whose idea was this? Okay. I need to digress button, because I need to digress a lot. The transfuse system was nice, allowing you to get some easy power-ups. Or on the odd occasion you might get lucky enough to get a ray gun, pack-a-punch gun, or some monkey bombs even. I got the ray gun once and it was hype. Zax doesn't believe that you can get the ray gun because he's stupid. Fucking idiot. And the death ray, it's probably one of my favourite traps since the flogger. It sends electrical currents through the ground, then it just disintegrates the zombies. They're gone. They ash like you're not. Okay, I'm gonna cut that out. I'm sorry. Your hand's great. This is also a really good counter to the Panzer, as it not only damages it, but it holds it in place, allowing you to take it out easily with like your brecci or your bow or whatever. Pretty epic, brothers. Epic gamer moment. It also sets up a nice training location I like to use. It's just fun to run around. It's not the best training location, but I find it quite fun and fast, so I rate it. Mentioning training, actually, you don't have to just camp in this map like you see everyone do at the time. It's like, oh, zombies are so easy, no, just camp in. You don't have to camp in a corner. There's a lot of training spots. It's because of how open the map is, how many open areas the map is. There's endless possibilities for training. Well, not endless, but there's a lot. Honestly, each part of the map has a location which can be used for training. From the rocket pad to the death ray to the courtyard to the church to the anti-gravity room. There's so many, and you can train anywhere, and it's a different experience and it's fun. Wolf bow, electric bow, two good training weapons. Wolf bow in particular, but the electric's still good. Game on. Why did I say game? Oh my fucking god.
It is as I foresaw. 2 Germans at first, but only one remains. The road is long.
Okay, I just want to wriggle quickly through the Easter egg now. This is going to be a quick segment because I'm not a big Easter egg person, but I complete this Easter egg twice or 3 times. I don't know. It's a pretty epic Easter egg. This is the finale as well, by the way. We're ending with an Easter egg. We're ending with a moon explosion, lads. This is probably my favourite Easter egg in Zombies history, and it's the best in my opinion. There's no stupid steps that either require extreme luck or have to stare at symbols in random locations. The Simon Says doesn't count because that's fun, and the memory memorizing the symbols on the safe doesn't count because that's also fun, because that links to the Simon Says and it links to the storyline. And all the steps do make sense to a degree. You have to plug the things in the thing to make the thing come down from the space that hits the bell. It all kind of makes sense. Not as much as Shangri-La, but it kind of all links together nicely. And all the gameplay is like skill based rather than RNG and how you can do it. So that's why the speedruns on this map are so good, because it's so skill based and you can get it done quick if you're good, which I'm not. But I got to the Desert Knight Easter egg boss fight and killed. That was a good experience. That's final stage of Dead Knight boss fight. It's awful. Disgraceful. Werewolf, hello? It's also not too hard, and it's quite fun to get done, especially if you're trying to get done quick, making it perfect speedruns like I mentioned before, but it's also a lot of fun with your friends. Like, just get the boys around, get that plunger out, some plunger in some panzers, and then go into a boss fight and get insta-killed by the stupid move they do in the middle, and it's just a nightmare. Oh, and then your dad unplugs the internet because he's an idiot, and then I lose connection and everyone else is completed except for me. Oh, I love life. I hate this map. I've taken everything back. Bad experience, but it's nostalgia. Nostalgia, brother. Holy shit, that's like 4 years ago. Brother, that's like 3 or 4. That's like 3 years ago. Jesus Christ. Jesus, I'm having a midlife crisis on camera, boys. Hold up. And the way he presents the story to you as you play for Easter egg with quotes and appearances from Groff and Schuster on the moon, to things like Dempsey crashing down and knocking a bell off the tower. It's all good stuff, and you know, obviously, blow up moon. Everything you do feels necessary. What's happened in the story, like I mentioned before. The boss fight, which is very much skill based, is quite hard to master and a pain in the ass, but it's good because it's all easy steps that lead up to a big fucking annoying boss fight where it's like, oh, that was 2 hours of work for nothing. I just bashed the toilet roll because I'm sick and my nose is blocked and I can't talk and I'm dry mouthed. I have no H2O. I know science. I have Football Manager 2019 open while recording this. It's not epic. But my biggest issue is actually with the boss fights. And despite it being really cool and it looks really sick, it's extremely dark and the lack of vision is the most irritating thing on the planet. And I blame that for every single one of my deaths. I want to be able to see, please. Thank you, Kanye. Very cool. I am not Donald Trump, okay? Trump lives matter. What am I saying? This map gives me a midlife crisis and a mental breakdown. And I'm only 16. Lads, this map's going to be the death of me. Okay, or maybe I'm just bad. I don't know. I think I'm just bad, to be honest. And then you blow up the damn moon. Lads, the moon just blows. It's gone. The moon's dead. The moon is dead. It's dead. You blew up. Moon is gone. I remember Giuseppe, I went with my friends. Hey, look how cool a moon looks on this map. Gone. It wasn't even there. He got pranked.
You just got
It's gone.
pranked, bro.
Dead moon. Dead mouse. Moon's gone. The moon is gone. I blew up the moon. We were all going to die. It ruined the Earth's gravitational pull, and then we all died. I ended the planet. Black Ops 2 Zombies is the best zombies game. Transit is fun. Okay, lads, cut this now. It's basically Origins without all the annoying and tedious shit, which is why I think the Eisendrache is the perfect map and just a step above Origins. In my opinion, fuck mud. Fuck the mud. If you like mud on Origins, fuck the mud. The mud can suck a dick. Sorry, I hate mud. Mud pisses me off. Fuck mud. That's why I slapped the mud. I just slapped my leg in the head. And then the thing has one of those people that tried to say I preferred Grog Crovey when it came out. Just to be that hipster kid who's like, the Eisendrache is the best. Grog Crovey is the best map, okay? Gauntlet of Siegfried. I really like Grog Crovey. And you blow up the damn moon. And on Grog Crovey you kill a Russian. And then you blow up the damn moon, and I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, Russians? Yeah, who needs the moon? Let's blow up the moon. Dragons? Or the moon blowing up? 2 great maps, by the way. Goodbye. I'm done. I need to keel over. I've been screaming for 35 minutes, Jesus Christ. Hey, old boys, I hope you enjoyed this. It took me a while. I actually recorded all the audio like 2 months ago, or maybe even 3 months ago now. So it's been a long time in the works, this, but I hope you liked it. This might be, I've got one more zombie video planned after this, and then it might just be the end of zombies because I have no real passion to play it anymore. I just don't think it's in a very good state. Probably going to be moving on from zombies after the next video if it ever comes out. Got some better stuff in the works, hopefully. Maybe I'll play some more zombies, maybe custom zombies, I don't know. But I hope this was good enough for you. This took me a while, I appreciate everything. Goodbye.